Hi, how's it going? Today we're going to talk about flow rate and converting into drops per minute. The reason why we're having trouble working out or fitting it into the formula is because it doesn't fit. Simply put, it doesn't quite fit exactly. So, how do we get around that? First of all, let's look at the equation here, the formula here. It says the amount of fluid in mils, that's the fluid to be administered, total infusion time in minutes, and the set drop factor. We have the set drop factor, which is right here, but it's in mils per hour, and we want our answer and final to be in drops per minute. So first of all, we're not given this in the question, and we're not given time in minutes of infusion. We're just given a drip factor of drops per mil and mils per hour. We need to take these two numbers and figure out how we're going to turn it into T per min. Before we do that, I want to pause for a second. Just have a quick little look at fractions. Review fractions a little bit. I know everybody hates fractions, but they never go away. And I'll make it seem as easy as I can. So, first of all, a couple of things you got to keep in mind is something called equality. If I took a number like 4 and let it equal to 4, pretty easy, and you think this is crazy, but I'm going somewhere with it. If I took 4 equal to 4, and I took those numbers and I put one over the other, because they're equal, if I do this, 4 over 4, they're the same, they cancel, which means that 4 will divide into 4 one time, and 1 times any number is just that number. So multiplying by 1 doesn't change things. That's the first thing to keep in mind when we get into this kind of fraction things, especially when we're talking about converting in units. So the next thing is that in fractions, if we have a number like this, people think this is really hard, but it's not so bad. 2 over 3 multiplied by, 4 today, over 5. Looks like this. When we do fractions, and when it's multiplication, it's the easiest one that there is. What I do, I'm going to cover this up for a second. I'm going to ask you a question. What is 2 times 4? And you're going to know that 2 times 4 is going to be 8. And then I roll on more. I'll say, what's 3 times 5? And you're going to say 15. And that's the answer. Yes, that's as hard as it gets with multiplication of fractions. It's just the top, called the numerator, top multiplied by the top, and the bottom times the bottom. And that's how you multiply fractions. So basically, recapping that one more time, it's just this number times this number, and this number times this number. And that's it. That's all I'm going to worry about. You understand that? We're ready to do the equation. You're like, what? No, we're not. Yes, we are. I'll show you. Take the problem right here again. Copy that. So, I want to take these numbers and write them a little differently. This number and this number. What I want to do, I'm going to say, okay, so if I have 15 GTTs per mil, that can be written like this. 15 GTT over 1 mil. This number over here, 125 mil, can be written as same way over 1 hour. Now, that's where a trick comes in. First of all, the trick is going to be like this. How many minutes in 1 hour? So 1 hour has 60 minutes. So that means we can take this number and replace this number. So now it looks like this. We have two numbers, 15 GTT per mil, and we have 125 mils over 60 minutes. So now we look at that and like, okay, so we just did multiplication of fractions. Let's multiply these two together and what happens. Before I do anything crazy, I'm just going to put everything, squish it all together. Like, I'm just going to put this one with this one, this one with this one. Not doing anything crazy, just squishing it all together. So I'm going to have 15 GTT multiplied by 12 mils. Sorry, 125 mils, my bad. 125. Oops, eraser. One. Now pen would be good. 125 mils over 1 mil multiplied by 60 minutes. No problem. But it looks really kind of crazy, and I know you guys can't use calculators. So let's break it down a little further. For example, first of all, what I want to do, if you notice that I have mil on the top, mil on the bottom, they can cancel out. And then you notice that, wow, it's getting close because I have GTT on the top and minutes on the bottom. But it still looks a bit crazy, big numbers. How can I fix that? Well, let's just try this. We can go 15 times 125. And the GTT remains, the drops remain. On the bottom, the 1 can disappear. It's just times by 1. You see I have 60 minutes. And the units are looking good, GTT per minute, but these numbers look really messy. So let's just see if there's an easy way to do that, easy way to fix this a little bit. So 15 times 125 GTT to 60 can be broken down into two numbers. We broke down into 15 times 4. Now you'll see a 15 on the top, 15 on the bottom. We can do this. That can go and that can go. And all this big mess finally breaks down into 125 over 4 GTT per minute. If you want to, then you can simplify it a little further. And we did long division in class that day. So we know that this is our gazintas. Remember our gazintas? Into 125. And 4 doesn't go into 1, but 4 will go into 12 3 times. So remember, we went 4 times 3. This is 12. 12 comes down here. We subtract, which is 0. And the 5 drops down. We have 5. And 4 will go into 5 one time, which will be 4. Subtracting again, we get 1. And if we want to keep going, we put a decimal point here, remember? We put a decimal, we put a 0 in here. But the decimal goes up here as well. This 0 drops straight down. And becomes 0 on the bottom, down here. And 4 will divide into 10 twice, which gives us 8. Subtracting, we get 2. If we want to keep going, we can put another 0 in here. And the 0 will again drop right straight down to the bottom here. And we know 4 was in the 25 times. So we have 20. Subtracting, we get 0. So the answer is 31.25 or 31.25 drops per minute. But since you can't do 1/4 of a drop, I think your teacher will probably most likely say the answer is 31 GTT per minute. There you go. Hopefully that helps a lot. Have any more questions? Don't hesitate to ask me. Be happy to help out. Thanks. Bye.